Okay, welcome back in everyone. This is part number 11 of the hot air engine build. What we're making today will be the cooling fin assembly. So that's out of this piece of aluminium here that I've got set up in the lathe already. There's two drawings to this one. There's like the main drawing, and there's like a little note, a little side note. So I've had to change some of the dimensions that are on here just to suit. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'll face it off first and then machine, because this is 60mm OD here, so I need to turn it down to 59mm. So I'll face it, turn it down to 59mm, and I'll also drill and put a center in here, and then I'll turn the fins first and then I'll bore it out to suit the piston cylinder. So it's got to slide up inside there, nice neat fit. The fin thicknesses here are all 3mm, I think they were. Sorry, 2mm. Each fin here is 2mm. This first thickness here in between the fins is 3.5mm, because the stand's got to go between there. And the only other difference is this one here is 4mm wide. All the rest are just the thickness of the parting tool, so that should be easy enough. Alright, so I'll get started, I'll face it, then I'll turn the OD down. I've got the parting off tool set up ready to go. What I've got to do, I've got to wind it in 16.5mm, and that should give me depth on each fin. And I've moved it over 2mm already, and this first fin's got to be 3.5mm wide. So I'll do that one. I'll just use the DRO and I'll just work my way along. And I won't be able to go all the way up because it's the other parts in the chuck here, so what I'll have to do is go as far as I can. Then I'll take the center out, I'll bore it out so it fits the cylinder, and then I'll swing the whole thing around and I'll finish doing the fins on this side. Alright, so I'll get started. Okay, that's all the fins up to as far as I can get there. So what I'll do now, I'll take this center out and we'll drill it and bore it out to suit the piston cylinder. Right, so I'll set up and do that bit. I'm just going to drill the pilot hole through first. This is a 13mm drill. Then I'll drill it 17.5mm, and then I'll stick the boring bar in and we'll start boring it out to the right size. Alright, I've got the boring bar set up. The actual hole here at the moment is 17.5mm. I need to bore it out to 19.06, I think it is. Yeah, 19.06. So what I'll do, I'll take a cut just to see how this boring bar is going to go. I'm not sure if it's going to chatter. It's a pretty small boring bar and it's out of fairway. So I'll take a little cut and see what happens. Okay, that was alright. Expected worse, but... Right, I'll take a measurement. See what we'll go from there. Just got a couple of mil to come out of that. Should be very close now. I reckon that might go in there, so... And this is the actual cylinder, it's got a slide in there. It's a perfect fit. Alright, what I'll do now, I'll give this a polish and a clean as best I can. All the edges and stuff off it, and I'll swing it around and we'll start machining the fins on the other side. Alright, I've turned the job around in the chuck. I've put some emery cloth between the jaws and the actual job to stop it marking it. So what I'll do first, I'll turn the OD down just so it's the same level as this one, and then I'll put the parting tool in and I'll finish making the fins on this side, then I'll face it off the right length. Okay, this part's all finished. Okay, that's what that looks like. Right, now what I've got to do is go and set up and drill 2 holes in this side and 1 in this side, and drill and tap. I can see that. So I've drill 2 holes on one side and 1 hole on the other, and I've also got to drill and tap M3. That'll be in through the top up here, in between these fins. Alright, so I go to the mill and we'll set that up. Okay, I've got it set up in the vise. I'll just use the V block in there just to hold it in the vise. So it's set up ready to drill the first hole. This is the side that's going to have 2 holes. I've got to actually drill through 2 of the fins. Alright, we'll see how we go. Alright, so I've drilled those 2 holes, so what I'll do now, I'll flip it over so I can drill the other hole on the other side. Okay, I've got it flipped over. This is the side with a single hole on it. I've still got to drill right through 2 of the fins. The diameter of the drill is 3mm. Okay, that's the single hole, and then you've got the 2 holes on that side. That's for these stands. That's what it sits on. There's also one that's got to go on the other side. Alright, next part, I need to drill and tap an M3 hole between these 2 end fins here. I'll set up and do that one. Okay, I've got this set up. Just got it ready to drill it out and then tap it M3. Alright, I'll take all this out and we'll get ready to do the next bit. Okay, here's a cooling fin assembly. It's all done. What I might do is just start fitting a few of the parts together to make sure it's all going to go together. These are the ones, the little brackets I made up. These are the stands for it. I made up in the last video. I just slid them in and marked the hole where to drill them, and I've drilled and tapped them out M3. Just get it together now. Okay, this part here is the actual the cylinder, so it goes in this direction. The little grub screw that I drilled and tapped down in the centre down there, that's what actually grips onto here. Goes in there. Okay. And the piston. So I'm going to slide in there. Okay. It's finally starting to look like something. I think there's a cap got to go on the end of there, so we can find that somewhere. Once I get it all together, I do all the measurements, I can solder that cap on. And okay, the flywheel and all that will end up going on here. Alright, so that's the basics to it. Right, so the next video will be on it. You need to make the stand it's got to sit on. This is the aluminium base, and this aluminium base also goes onto a piece of wood, so that'll be on the next video. And yeah, something like that. Alright, thanks for watching, and on to the next bit.